Hello everyone! I'm going to talk really quickly through this video, so sorry if you can't understand me or if you have to turn my volume because I'm talking very fast. Anyways, I just filmed my April favorites and I had mentioned that I would be making a video of my nose ring, of how it happened, what I do to clean it, blah 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 blah. So that's what this is. So, for my 23rd birthday this year, about 2 weeks ago, me and my mom went out of town and got her nose done. It was easy peasy, didn't cost that much. It was like $30 to get this done, which isn't bad. And went to a tattoo shop because you have to, if you go to like a Padoga in the mall or something, they only do ears. For nose, tongues, any belly buttons, different, I think I cannot say that word anymore. Padogas, anyways, I think they can do the ones up here and stuff, but like the one here or the industrial, again, you have to go to a tattoo shop. Anyways, continuing on. So we arrived there, we filled out the paperwork. That's so simple. You just check mark, sign it, date it, we're good to go. They get it all ready for you, sterilize what they need to do, get the ring ready, get everything done so that way when they do it, you can zip, bam, boom, you're out. So, going past the whole of their cleaning their instruments, we get back. My mom asked, you know, do I want to go first or does she? And I told her, you go first. So she went first. She actually got hers done on her right side, and that's what I was going to do. But I believe I mentioned in one of my videos I went to go see a doctor about my nose because I've been having a problem with my right side. Only my right side. So I said, okay, instead of getting a piercing on my right side where I'm already having problems, and you never know if I'm going to be effective. Sorry, I had a really bad cramp in my back thigh. Sorry about that. Anyways, since I've been having trouble with my right side, I got it done on my left, and I actually prefer it on my left. So we get there. She goes first. The piercing lady who did it said that we have the perfect little indent to place our rings, so that was easy. Looked at it, so I'm like, yeah, good position. So what they do is that every piercing place is different. Their tools, some of them have like that round circular thing, so that way they can just hold it up against and they know where to go. Some people have the scissors where they hold it and then they pierce it. We had the scissors one. So what happens is that they clean around your nose first to make sure nothing's in the way. I didn't wear any makeup, nothing. Well, I cleansed my face, that way there's no dirt or weirdness or whatever. So they clean it, sterilize it, both inside and out, and then they take a needle that's probably about that big or so. I don't know, I wasn't looking in the mirror when she did it. And yes, I'm a 23-year-old and I still hold my mom's hand. I held my mom's hand when I got this tattoo, and I held my mom's hand when I got my nose pierced. It's just what I do. But, so, she had the scissors to hold it in place. They take the needle and you breathe in, and when you breathe out, they stick it. Now, they don't go all the way through, so you have a needle that's hanging out of your nose. And what they do, they put the ring on that and then they feed it through. The part where she actually pierced my nose was a small little like pinch, like if someone was to pinch, it's like, ow, okay, whatever. When she fed the rest of that needle through my nose to get my nose ring in, that's what hurt. But it was a little, you know, they kind of go slow but not super slow where you're like, oh my goodness, it's more like a, and then out. And so then they put this in, they bend it so that way it's not just a straight needle still in your nose, they bend it. And that, so, you know, I was holding my mom's hand when they first put the needle through, didn't do anything, but when they fed it through, that's when I squeezed just a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. Now here's the really weird part. I don't know if it's super weird, but you do tear up. Not because you're crying, because it might be hurtful or whatever, it's because it is a sense. And so my mom actually teared up and had a tear roll down the right side of her face on the side that she got done. I just teared up, but I didn't have a tear going down my face. It was just a small little, okay, my eyes are a little watery on the same side I got my nose done. Easy peasy. It took literally 5 minutes for both of us. I mean, I think we were there 10 minutes, but 5 the paperwork, the waiting around, whatever. And then a couple minutes for my mom, a couple minutes for me. We paid, we were out. And then we couldn't stop looking at our noses. So each different place is different on how they say to care for it. Some people say you have to go to a drugstore and get this to clear for it. They gave us salt. So for 2 months, while it's fully healing, you take a pinch, just a pinch, that's all you need. You put it in a bowl or whatever. I have this thing that I found in my room. So I take a pinch, I put it in, I fill it up with a tiny bit of water. That's all you really need. And then I take 1 Q-tip. And you can do this twice a day. So I take 1 Q-tip, put it in a little water with the salt in it. You know, roll around the excess, that way it's not totally. And then I clean the inside, go all around with the one end. The opposite end of the Q-tip, I dip it back in and I go on the outside. They say to soak for like 5 minutes. You take a cotton pad or whatever with the salt water and you put it on the outside. Now, some people get kilo bumps or irritations or infections. Nothing. I've never even soaked this thing for 5 minutes and I haven't had a problem. So that's what I do. I do it in the morning before I start my makeup or anything after I get up for the day. And then sometimes with just water, I'll clean around it just to get that, you know, first dirt off. And then at night before I go to bed, I will take another Q-tip and go around it and clean it really well. Because then that's just the whole day of dirt, makeup, whatever that's sitting on your face. And then you clean it off. Now, since it is salt water, it's going to dry up the skin. So don't be freaked out or afraid if you see flaky white things, just because that's basically dead skin. It's gross, but that's what happens. Take your fingernail and just scrape it off, or anything sharp that you won't, you know, poke your piercing or whatever, and you just scrape it off, and that's all that is. So that's my story. Most people say I didn't feel a thing. Some people said, you know, it hurt like hell. Some people said it was just a little, you know, a little and then it was done. For me, it was that little It was just a little pinch, and then the feed through, and then they had bent it. So, but my nose ring tends to poke out sometimes, so I have to like take my finger or something. Now, like if you wash your face, you know, with like cleanser and stuff, don't do that. Right now, just use soap, antibacterial soap, because if you use a cleanser, even if it's for sensitive skin, if you get in there, it will probably burn. So I've just been using soap just on my cheeks and my chin, and then like a little bit on my forehead, and then just put the water on your face, dab it, don't scrape it down, don't dab where your piercing is, kind of like go around it if you can, and just let that air dry. So they say it will fully heal in about 6 months if it's permanent. If you don't like it after like 2 months, because that's when it will be mostly healed, you can take it out, it will close, whatever. But I like it, and I have a 3rd hole in my nose, and that's my story. So if you guys are thinking about getting your nose pierced and you're scared of the pain, it doesn't last that long, honestly, because I'm not a big fan of needles. I mean, okay, that's the difference there. Is that with doctor needles, you know, getting your blood taken, getting shots, I hate it. I freak out, I get queasy, I just don't like it. When I get tattoos, sure, I get a little queasy, just like a little bit, but eat something before you get a tattoo. I recommend it. Eat something or drink something constantly throughout. Let's say, gotta take a break, you know, take a drink, kind of walk around, sit back. Don't tense up, don't hold your breath. But with needles, when I got both of my tattoos, and I want to get more, got a little queasy, but that was that. Once they started, you know, I didn't hate it or whatever. But love my tattoo, love my other tattoo. I'm planning on getting more. But if it's doctor shots and taking blood or anything like that, hell no. I'm running out the door and down the street. So, or getting in my car and speeding down the street. But yeah, so again, if you guys getting any type of piercing, tongue, well, okay, scratch that. If you're getting a nose piercing and you're not sure of the pain, just do it. You'll like it, you'll regret it if you don't. And if you don't like it, you can take it out and it will close. So I will catch you guys later, and I'm going to now relax after a very long day